Welcome back to AI War 2, where our goal for the day is to continue the road to the SuperTerminal, as it were. One thing I wanted to show is a bit of turret synergy here, where in Gase, one of our choke points, we've got the spiders locking down these guardians and the counter snipers giving them a piece of their mind and ripping holes gradually through them. Now these are only Mark II in both cases. I'm really curious to see how much late game power we get from these. Not an enormous amount, because I don't think we're going to have that many of them. But once we mark these up high later in the game, some ships are immune to the spider effect, but a lot of them aren't. So they should really be able to do some serious damage. And of course, the spiders locking them in place increases the damage from the counter snipers. So I really like the way those two turret types combine. Now our next objective here is Kane. Of course, all the obvious jokes about Command and Conquer need to be made, but also the Dire Pike Guardian, Royal Dire Pike, is the worst foe we've faced yet. Not exceptionally high, but quite high DPS, even for Royal Dire, 120k. But then if you add to the fact that, doubles its damage against ships with relatively high health, and 6 times damage for those with high armor, all of our high armor, sort of fleet ships are just going to get toasted by it. So it fights against my fleet at the moment, at least, much stronger than the 32 strength listed. So we've got to do a little diversion here. Now, by the way, we have cleared out the warp gate here in BAME, so there's nothing back here except pretty much those two spire structures, and I want to keep it that way. I'm actually not worrying so much about stuff like this and now zombifying the waves that come in, because the zombies just want to go after these two targets. I don't want them to destroy those. So I'm really pulling back on that whole strategy. So I'm going to give this about 10 seconds before I hop in there and see what we can do. And this is the fight that I named this episode Cloak and Dagger for. We will soon see why. It'd be much harder to do this without the cloaked ship. Looks like we might want to go somewhere down in this area, because that's the area they're going away from. Yep, indeed. So the Outguard are going to distract them. And while the Outguard are doing that, I don't care about the other ships in the region. What I want to do is yep, okay, there we got hit there, but we're about to recloak. Please be about to recloak. At least they'll be shooting at my ships then, not this. I want to knock out these guard posts. This is a system where I want to minimize the counterattack that builds. There we go. A bunch of those being knocked out. Gradually going to work this down. Of course, they're strong guard posts. This is a Mark V system. Strong force fields, all of that. And we're coming. Now, where is... Yeah, there. That's the main thing I fear. We can survive most of the rest stuff, although they have some tantruming guardian stuff and some very painful other ones. But that Dire Pike is the scary part. Okay. So this is all gone now. And let's see. That's still taking its time coming. Those are slow. And I want to suck them over this way as far as I can. So I think I just kind of want to sit here and then just take a moment. Yep, let's knock out some of these fragmenting shards and other bits of fun. Now I have to be careful because they have tractor guardians and the like, and those are going to be very bad. Yeah, paralysis guardians, you go. We still want to target those. There we go, there's another one. They won't last long, but at least they're not hitting us. And then I think we've got some fun things happening at the center of this. We have got to knock out these force fields and do it quickly. There we go. Tractors. Oh, we got a paralysis. Okay, you go. Need to get as many of these tractors out as I can and then load up. And yeah, we've already lost a lot. We don't have time for anything else. Load up. Load up whatever we can take. Lost a lot of our fleet. How much do we have left? Yep. And so I now want to run. Nope, stop. Run. Pretty please. Just run. And once they're done fighting them, they're going to try to hit our transport like they're doing here. We need to get out of the way and cloak. Cloaking anytime now would be great. There we go. Okay. So now we're no longer visible. This is as good as anything, really. We're on the opposite side of the system. And so if we look at our sort of total here, we still have a couple of those, 4 of these. We have 6 more to hit. And that counterattack is still large. I actually want to wait a bit here, though, because I just want to rally our numbers. That should do it. I think that's enough of the fleet up and going. We're going to knock out at least this pike post and whatever else we can take with us. Okay, now that's gone. There's not really a whole lot over here in terms of guard posts. I think this is another just hang out and kill what we can, and when the battle starts going against us, we're going to retreat again. Okay, so we have some force field guardians to contend with for sure. There we go. That should help a bit. Now let's see. Another one. Good. Hang here, see what we can do. Now they've pushed through those. Okay, the pike is still quite a ways away. Let's get rid of that brawler. Very nice. Nucleophilic, you can go. Alright, are these suppressors going to come much closer? Don't think they are. Let's load up what we can. And they've got a good amount of them tractored, but we're going to accept that loss. We're just going to keep right on moving. Now we've got some detectors here. We need to get around the edge of this system before this gets too painful. Waiting for the recloaking to happen. Where are we at? Yeah, we're at 800 ships. We didn't lose that many. Thankfully, those suppressors don't have a huge amount of tracking ability. But now everything's sucked over on that side, which is exactly where I want it. I can hit these over here. So, let's do so. Let's knock out this. Absolutely. Please? There we go. You're almost down. Let's knock out you as well. Wouldn't mind making these turrets go away. Okay, now we're gonna suck them up this way, but in the meantime, where are we at? We've got another MLRS there, and 2 unarmed. See, I think we're here, here, and here. Yeah. So, it'd be nice to get to here, but I don't think I can. I think what I want to do is I want to draw them over this way. Let's maybe go after those turrets first. I don't know. No, we're not really going to have time. Let's withdraw up this way. We are knocking out some more of their guardians, which is nice. Still have almost 200 strength in the system, though. Between the warden and everything else they're doing. And they're trying to push in here, which is kind of amusing. So now we have all of this going on. But that will just have to sit and wait. It is going to hurt our rebuilding efforts, but we're just going to have to suffer that. Okay. Yep, the pikes are coming. Or the pike is coming, I should say. And I think that's close enough. Let's load up. And that was very effective in terms of not losing that much. So now, back around the edge we go. I think we're out of detection range. Would appear that we are. We're just going to kind of float around, and I want to be right here and get at least 2 of these, if not all 3. There we go. Because before I worry about what's going on in Dalarna, I have to knock out all of these guard posts. Nuke this cat. There we go. Yeah, you're too close. Okay, we have to retreat again. Probably want to retreat about down there. And once we pull them far enough this way, we can loop back around and get that final guard post. Having done that, let's get to work. There we go. Now let's knock out some of these turrets over by this wormhole before we go away. Okay. And yeah, the pike is coming. Pike's almost on top of us. Let's make sure Dalarna's fine before we come back in here and try to finish this off. But we've limited the reinforcements that we're going to see in the system. And we've ended any hope of a counterattack. So I'm very happy with that whole eventuality. I think we're good in here. We do have a CPA coming soon. So I want to try to do this quickly. I'm not going to worry about that Tesla. You come back this way. Oh, nope, I need to worry about it because, alright. I'm going to want to get everything repaired. And then hop back in there as quickly as possible. Try to finish that pike off so we can move on further. I prefer we don't pool a bunch of Warden and Hunter in with that during the CPA, so I'd like to do this first. There we go. Now we should be able to repair. Well, if you will cooperate and actually do it. Oh yeah, because it's still technically in an enemy system, so it doesn't want to repair. Gotcha. So, we need to actually withdraw. You know what? I'm not even bother withdrawing you. I don't have the time. What I am going to do is load up, and while I'm doing that, I want my distraction fleet ready, and I want to spawn more outguard in here. Give it another 10 seconds. Looks like they're pulling them away from us, which is exactly what we want. They don't have, unless I'm misreading this, they don't have that much help in here. There we go. And the number 3 fleet in here just for the decoys. Now, if they're focused on the outguard over this way, I think this is as good a shot as I'm going to have. I'm going to make a beeline. Go on attack move, and we're going to go after this dire pike now. The Warden are running. Good. Boy, that outguard disappeared fast. Come on. Go get the pike. They do have some ships in here that are cloaked, which is unfortunate. Where'd the pike go? Is it even still there? Yeah, it's right there in the middle of this. Okay. Get it. Get it. Knock it down. Get it. Oh, this is going to be brutal. We're going to lose a ton of ships. I don't care if we kill it. Yep, we're knocking it down pretty well now. It's down to half. It doesn't have that much help. Come on, get rid of it. You can see our fleet's like 2/3 gone, and we're not fighting that much more than one stinking Guardian. But there it goes. Almost down. Oh, great. Our flagship is crippled now. That's even more awesome. But, doesn't matter. We can evacuate. We can clean up this mess at any time. We have survived that. Let's get out and retreat and get ready for the CPA. Huh. Well, that's a bad joke. I'm not sure. I've thought about why, and I can't figure out why this CPA is so low. And, I mean, nothing above Mark 5, and it's a fraction of the previous CPA. I mean, you could maybe they just don't have hardly any guards left because everything that they're spawning now is Guardians. That's my only theory. But if so, then Royal CPAs are not going to be a big deal. I just have to worry about the buildup of their guardians. We're about midway on our outguard left. I'd be a little bit careful with them. But, I mean, only 60 strength added, that's nothing. So I can just go right back on the attack now, push through Kane, and get another step closer to what we're looking for here, which is this Interceptor Citadel in Srihari. That's the next system I actually want to take. Tavanian here had another threat which required a lot of care. Well, a couple of them actually. But the Ion Cannon Mark IV, our stronger ships are Mark IV or Mark V, so we can safely semi-ignore that. This was the big issue. Royal Dire to Thwida Guardian. Yuck. Ouch. So, in here, it was really important for me to attack right when it was by the wormhole so we could hit it quickly. And that was really the key to getting this done. Because if this can build up a sufficient force of zombies that it turns, then we are in serious trouble. And it zombifies fast. But jumping right on top of it, like so, if you would please, there we go. It's gone. And now we're going to run away as quickly as possible. Now, of course, we've got our outguard in here. They're helping distract. There's a bunch of warden. We can come back in and deal with them. Ion cannon here. But the main thing is just to make sure that we take out what we can and then leave. And then, of course, they're going to come in here with whatever they can muster. So we need to fight them off. And then we can dive back into Tavanian. So this is Srihari after we actually dove in here. I did take some time to build up some metal, because what we're going to have to do after this system. But Interceptor Citadel, now ours. You can notice the shield is actually just as strong as my shield wall battle station shield. Actually, quite a bit stronger. It's not a bubble shield, but still very nice. The turret. So this is going to give me another powerful weapon. I like the fact that it's got infinite range and can hit multiple targets at once. And then also there was this fleet in here, which is actually going to make us quite a bit stronger, mostly because of the siege frigates. It's almost 30 strength by themselves. The tackle drone launchers and the Tesla torpedo frigates can really help as well, especially crowd control with the tackle drones. So this is going to boost us up to almost 200 strength for our main fleet. So that's the good news. I want logistics in here. I don't really care that much if I keep it, but I'm trying to present a decent front here to give myself a shot at it. Main thing was to get the Citadel. And then over here in Pole is our next barrel of fun. And another Dire Pike. Dire Force Field. And this is actually more strength in here than there was when we did that in Kane. So I need to use the same basic cloaking strategy and just run around and pop all of the guard posts, etc. And I see no reason why I can't just do it again. Now, unfortunately, while I was in the middle of Pole, we have now cleared out all of the guard posts, but we have to deal with all of the massive units still in there. But I couldn't do that right away. Pretty much had the worst possible timing for this. Shortly after I went in there, I got an instigator. It's over here in Gamma. Now, long timer, but it's also the worst kind, in my opinion, the kind that boosts AI progress. So this was as fast as I could clear out and get over here, and the timing, you know, we're down to about 2.5 minutes here. It's getting tight. I've got to pop through here, which is a problem because of the alarm post, so I had to pretty much just take my cruddy ships with me in the cloak transport. So we're going to try to pop in here and evade patrols. Now, this could be a slightly fun system later on to deal with. They have 2 Dire Plasmas, a Dire Stealth, and a Dire Sniper. The Sniper is going to be pretty painful. The other ones actually aren't that bad. Ion Cannon Mark V, you know, we'll have to hack the alarm post. But, you know, not terrible, but it could be a little bit interesting. Nonetheless, here we just want to evade any scout detectors. sure there'll be some in that mass of units coming through. The V-Wings aren't going to do me much problem. Get over here. And I don't really care that much if I'm detected when I get into Gamma. I just don't want to be detected in here. 2 minutes left. Okay, it's over here as our target. And there actually was an instigator in here earlier in the game. And they decided to use this again, which is a bit of interesting fortune. But really, there's not that much in here. You know, it's Mark III stuff. Some of them were Paralysis Guardians. And we can knock out some of these ships. But the bottom line is, we get our Instigator down. Yep, there's another Paralysis Guardian. Let's eliminate that. We get our Instigator down. We don't have to, you know, survive any AI progress increase. There goes our Tesla torpedoes. We can clear out whatever we feel like here, and then make the long run all the way back. So this seems like a decent place to me to cut off this episode. We have a lot of fighting to do. Need to clear out Pole so we have a pooling, cleared out system for the Warden, etc. to gather in for later, for CPAs and any other fun things that might eventuate. And then we need to, after we do that, we'll be coming all the way back here because we need to make our push to eventually get to Kirstein. Get this next battle station. So next time I do expect to get set up and do the SuperTerminal hack, and that'll let us know by the end of that a lot more about where we're sitting. Till I get to that, thanks for watching, everybody. More AI War 2 will continue.